All right, so I want to tell you a little bit about how I got started. Um, Back in 2008, the fall of 2008, by that time, things had gone a little bit crazy with the economy, and it was a little bit scary. What happened was I got connected with a group of Californian investors who had bought a whole bunch of properties, 60 properties, mostly centered in the Midwest, and at that time they weren't quite sure what to do. The problem was they had bought these properties in April of 2007, so right at the very peak of the market. The result was they way overpaid for these properties. So by the fall of 2008, they were really in panic mode and really had no idea what they were going to do. The other thing, they had gotten into this deal with the intention of just flipping it out. So it had already been over a year that they had been stuck with these properties. They didn't really know what they had. Back in 2007, early 2007, you didn't really have to do a whole lot of due diligence, and that's unfortunately where they were. They didn't really know what they had, so they were having a hard time selling it. So they approached me and my old partner, and they just were at their wits' end, thinking, now what? We've lost all this money. Whatever you guys can do, just do it. So my old partner and I figured out this way. We kind of thought we'd invented a method of selling properties based on monthly payments. Came to find out, of course, that that's a very common thing, especially in the United States, where you can sell, it's called on a land contract or contract for deed. We didn't even know that's what it was called. We were just selling based on monthly payments. The more research we did, the more we found out this is a much bigger industry than we knew existed. But really, the point I'm trying to get across is we came up with something different. Instead of just trying to rent or just trying to sell a property, which is mostly what people think about, kind of we're thinking outside the box and came up with a third option. And it ended up being the most profitable option. They didn't unfortunately get all their money back. It was beyond our control, but we did help recuperate a lot of what they had lost, and so that was good. Got from there, started getting into buying non-performing notes. I realized that again, there's a much bigger market with that, and because of the crash that had happened, there's a huge amount of loans that banks were then selling rather than foreclosing on. So we started buying these non-performing loans, and with the intention at that time of getting back property and doing our seller finance model. And that has evolved over time where these days I would actually much rather just own paper rather than own properties at all. And if I can ever help it, I never actually own the property, but I do control the property with the paper. And that's a very exciting thing, and it leaves me all kinds of different exit strategies that maybe most people wouldn't be aware of. The cool thing that I do that's maybe a little bit different is if you want to come and work with me, I'm not charging you any kind of fees. I'm not interested in that. I don't want to make any more than my investors making. I don't think that's fair. My mantra is keep it simple, keep it fair, and that's what I aim to do. Everything I do is a 50-50 profit split with my investor if that's what they want to do. If they want to be a passive investor, wonderful. I love to work with investors and be able to make them really a lot of money, better returns than most everybody has ever seen, better than stock markets, better than maybe some of the other investments, double digit for sure. And I can't promise any returns, of course, but I do my best to give you a really good return, probably better than you've had before. The other way to work with me is become an active investor. I'm not interested in becoming your guru. I'm not interested in becoming your lifelong teacher, but I will teach you how to get started. I've got a class that I can sell to you, and you can learn the basics and the fundamentals and enough that you need to know to get started. Once you've got those basics mastered, go for it and start buying notes, and you learn as you go. And there's people out there that can help you the rest of the way and take you through all the way to the end of the process. As long as you're buying right on the front end, you'll be just fine, and you'll have a good experience, and you'll enjoy it and come back and buy more notes. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope at the very least it gave you some more confidence and some more knowledge about notes and about how to invest. Full disclosure, I just want you to succeed. Whether it's with me or somebody else, that's fine. I just want you to make money. I really don't like seeing investors being satisfied with only a 5 or 6 or 7% return. You can do better. And like I say, whether it's with me or somebody else, do better. You can do better than a mutual fund return. To watch more videos and to learn more about note investing and more about what I do, visit my website, www.canadiannoteguy.com.